A bit taken back that Holly's mentioning me falling asleep. Sometimes I like to just zone out.
It comes across a bit rude to me, like how we're sat together and you just roll over on the couch and go asleep.
To do.
So, right, so is there not such thing as communicate?
Read the room, I'm tired.
Really annoying me now, like seriously,
You're
what the
annoying
fuck?
me. You're annoying me as well.
Right, you're in the fucking Maldives and you want a nap on a boat.
Don't swear at me. Don't swear at me. That's disrespectful.
Don't speak down to me.
I'm telling you, don't be disrespectful.
I completely respect the fact you're tired, because I feel the exact same. I shouldn't have spoken back to you the way I did. I should have just left it. You swim in.
I mean, listen, first and foremost, she definitely should have never started swearing, you know. There was no need for her to even bring that energy. And to be fair, literally pulling someone up for sleeping is a wild thing. I've never heard such thing in my life. Like, bro was tired. He just had a long flight, you know? And girl was in her feelings because he wasn't... That is wild. For me personally, this is the first sign of a big red flag. But hey, we continue.
I have been in a very, very toxic relationship. I just need somebody who's gonna, when we're in an argument, instantly go, right, let's not do this because this is so silly. Yeah. Someone to heal me, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. The second that she said, I need someone to heal me as well, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Listen, for me, no. Someone that's looking for somebody to heal them, in my opinion, that doesn't always end well, okay? Because it tells you that obviously they've still got things going on. And if anything, you are going to be now trying to fight hurdles that you haven't even put in place. So basically, you're trying to recover or trying to fix or trying to prove that you're better than the person that she was before. Now, listen, in some situations, that isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's not necessarily a sign of a red flag. But here's the thing, though. Should she be going into a relationship or seeking to be with someone if she knows that she's going to be moving a certain type of way because she has not actually healed from her past? Like, does she even know her own boundaries? Does she even know her own self-worth? Does she even know her values? Do you see what I'm saying? You know, does she even know what her morals are? Because, boy, if she hasn't got some of those things in place, or if not all of them, that means what we're seeing from her right now is going to be an ongoing thing where she's going to find it very easy to flip the lid at any given time. That's someone that's unpredictable. For me personally, I don't want to know. Nah, I'm not here to try and help you heal, you know? Especially if I've been through my own journey. Yeah, like, come on.
The type of guy that runs away easy, so I'm a fighter. Can I get you on a Wednesday night to go cinema or what?
If someone's worth being in my life, they will settle for them 3 days a week I am free. I know that person is good enough to be around my children, and then you will see me as well as them in the week.
Didn't ever think about before, so it's something that I've got to think about now, you know?
Another thing, she always talks about how if somebody's worth being in my life, it's always about if somebody's worth being in life. But you see, when he talks now, he's always saying that, listen, once I fall for someone, I'm going to give them everything. I've never heard her say anything around the words of, you know, like, once I know things are good, I will be da-da-da. No, she's like, once I know you're worth my time, then I'll bring you money. Why is it all about proving to her? And this is what I'm talking about. That's a big major flag too. For me personally, all these things, well, not all of them, but the last two, definitely the last one for me personally, deal breaker. I don't see these two working point blank, period. And also on top of that, I do feel like he's just saying the right things because he knows the right things to say. I don't really believe that the things he's saying are necessarily 1000% real, or was it authentic? What's the word? You get what I'm saying. But nonetheless, though, for me personally, I don't see these two working. But hey, let's move on to the next couple.
Sleeping. So on the wedding night, it did get a bit intimate. Thinking about it, I realised that maybe I shouldn't have done it just because I don't know where my head's at.
Yeah, who's pale?
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest with you, why would you sleep with her if you know you're unsure? That's not a good move. That's a nasty move.
That is the polar opposite.
I guess it is the polar opposite, but you have got nice eyes, you have got a bum. I can see why we've been matched because our personalities are so alike. Have a good time, get to know you on a deeper level and see what happens. I'm being very complimentary with her personality, but it's like one of them, I don't want to keep complimenting her if I don't really fancy her, because if I keep
reassured with what he's saying back to me. But it would be nice to hear more about how he thinks that I look rather than personality.
Worry was the intimacy side of it hasn't been there. So we were intimate on the wedding night and now it hasn't happened all week for me to hear from you where your head's kind of at the moment.
There's nothing else we need to work on.
But do you think that can develop in the future?
Apart from the affection and the intimacy, I feel like there's nothing else we need to work on. I feel like it can change. I do like you and I've got to know you. I've realised how amazing you are. And
I mean, first and foremost, I have another clip that I also need to show you guys based on what happened there. I mixed up my timelines when I was doing the edits, but I will play that in a minute too, okay? So just to give you a brief so you're not confused about the timeline. I've messed up myself. But I will say this though, based on what's going on here right now. I believe this is Sasha? No, this is Polly and Adam, yes. Adam, in my opinion, has definitely been in the wrong in terms of the fact that he should never slept with her the first night, because obviously he's doing that. He's giving her false hope that, or potential false hope that yes, these two can develop somewhere, because she already knew from the get-go that he wasn't necessarily her type. And to be fair, at the same time, should she have slept with him knowing that she wasn't exactly his type? I'm going to say no. She should have definitely waited until at least she knew he was now starting to become more certain about her. And some of the things that I'm saying that will make more sense with what I'm going to show you next as well. And I will show that to you now.
Are you feeling now, you've said that you're like a bit of a slow burn, feel a bit worried? Because I think that he should have been able to answer straight away.
Really, like, it's a part of me being a slow burner. It's more of probably not being my usual type and me being as fussy as I am. As much as I don't want to be fussy, I've always been fussy. That stage yet.
I mean, you can't be sitting and talking about being fussy, to be honest with you. You came on a show, right, where you knew you was meeting a stranger. And when you're meeting a stranger, there's no room for being fussy. There's only room for actually trying to get to know that person. So by the end of the experiment, you know whether or not you and that person work or not. Him talking about this fussy nonsense is a bunch of BS. He needs to stop doing that. But either way, though, you know, when it comes to herself in particular, I'm not comfortable, or I don't like the fact that she's trying to... No, I like the fact that she's trying to get answers out of him, but it's not cool the fact that she allowed herself to sleep with him, you know? And he should have never slept with her, because now it's brought this tension where it's like, well, you must have found me attractive at some point, otherwise you wouldn't have slept with me. So what's going on now? And now it's going to be like a back and forth and a back and forth. I just don't want to see a season of these two where it's a back and forth of her trying to get him to basically finally say that he actually wants to be with her, when in reality the signs have already been there that is a possibility of something not happening. Like him wanting you and him wanting to actually find you attractive, like, yo, like, don't try and push it, you know? And I get it, but I do get it. It's an experiment. They've only got several weeks to be together, so of course she has to keep asking questions so she can get the answers she needs. But at the same time, though, she has definitely shot herself in the foot by even sleeping with him in the first place, and he's been a complete mug for that. But anyway, let's continue, because I'm basically repeating myself.
It feels a bit rubbish that he hasn't given me a definitive answer.
I'm getting upset.
In person, and if people like me, they have to make sure that they like me for me.
You see this right here. When she said this, I was like, so why did you sleep with him? You should have waited until you knew he liked it for you before you actually slept with him. Because obviously physical touch is a big thing for her. And because she's had that physical touch of him as well, that's what's put in a position now where she's like really like think, oh man, I really hope he's gonna like me. What can I do? And she even spoke about how she's a people pleaser in this scene. She always spoke about obviously how she's always trying to do the most for people. And this is what she's doing. You know, she's doing too much. And it's because of that it's because they had intimacy at the beginning. You know what I mean? That's what made it worse for her. And now she's just like, this could have been avoided.
To make sure that a partner really takes time to understand who I am as a person, because it does take quite a while for me to actually
be herself. And the fact that she isn't even at that stage is why she's going nuts. And also she has got ADHD, so she explained how that does make things hard for her sometimes in terms of just staying still in XYZ. Listen, first of all, I think she's a lovely person. I think she's freaking absolutely stunning. I mean, personally, she's definitely, you know, part of my type, you know what I mean? I've got different types. I'm not a picky guy. She just falls in that category, I'm not gonna lie to you. But the choice that she's made on choices that have been good for her own mental health, or her own stability, or for her own clout that she wants and seeks. Meanwhile, obviously for him himself in particular, he has played his cards wrong from the get-go. He literally started off by saying that she's not my usual type, but then proceeded to sleep with her. Why would he do that? Why would, like, bro, like, he obviously didn't care about what impact it was going to make on her, as much as she didn't care about what impact it was maybe going to make on her too. But hey, we shall see. But anyway, let's move on to the next couple.
To me, like, how do you want to be loved?
It's the actions.
Actions.
Yeah, and consistency, all of that to me.
If I don't feel like I'm getting those things, I just move on, because to get heartbroken.
When you say again, what happened? Did you have your heart broken?
Yeah, like, I thought I was in love. Well, I was in love. That'd be unfair to say I thought I was in love, because, you know, not to go back to that place again, because every time I do, you know, those feelings come back to me.
If you can't get over being cheated on 5 years ago, like, what the hell? 5 years? How long 5 years is?
Orson is the king of digging himself a hole. This guy was a freaking clown.
So far gone. So that you're sort of protecting yourself because of your previous
Absolutely not.
heartbreak?
I've been so awesome around you.
Okay.
Even more like attached. I took it.
Up tonight, telling me about his previous heartbreak. I don't think it's appealing or sexy. I'm probably a little bit hardened. I'm older as well. I've had just a little bit more experience.
Trust me, it has nothing to do with more experience or whatever. It's just the fact that the guy is oversharing and he thinks that what he's doing is a good thing when it's not. His focus should be on your relationship, not his focus. It's like he's trying to gain sympathy. It's like he's thinking, oh, I just need to tell you what happened to me, so hopefully you won't do it to me. I need you to feel sorry for me. But some men do that. It's a tactic, you know? If I tell her, if I open up about what's happened in the past, then, you know, she's going to, you know what I mean? But he's not dealing with someone who gives a damn about sob stories. She already said that she doesn't care about sob stories. This is what I'm saying. So it's not a case of where you've got more experience or you're harder. No. It's the fact that you're here to actually get to know the guy, get to know a guy that's interested in you and doesn't care about nobody else. But he's not doing that. He's talking about bloody ex cheating him. Like, bro, nobody cares. 5 years, bro. Come on now.
You came up. So I just wanted to kind of like reassure you there's no connections with my ex, so you're not
Thinking that there was a connection there. I was just thinking that it's been a long time.
Yeah.
When it came up a second night, I was just like, why? He basically dug himself a deeper hole today.
These moments, like, we're getting closer. I feel like I'm understanding you more. I'm getting the feels. Maybe caught her off guard. I don't know, but I know she's feeling the same thing that I'm feeling.
Then you're an idiot. Because it's clear as day that she's not feeling the same thing she's not feeling the same thing that you're feeling. Nah. He's ruining it for himself. Yeah, they're not gonna work. And if they recover it, it's production, bro. It is production, folks. I'm telling you now, folks, it is production. There's no way this can be recovered, in my opinion, personally.
Declare he has feelings already is a little bit worrying for me. We don't really know each other that well. So the last night, when you brought up again that you had been cheated on, it did make me question how emotionally resilient you are being cheated on 5 years ago. People are cheated on all the time.
To be sure that there's no ex lingering in the background.
I didn't even need to know.
Okay.
Facts.
Do you think you've learned about me?
The most important thing I've learned about you is that you love your space. Make sure you get plenty of it.
I mean, there's loads. I mean, you don't generally ask too many questions.
Okay.
But, you know, when you say, oh, you know, I'm really liking you, or
Okay.
I've got the feels or whatever, and I'm thinking, well, how? You don't know me?
Maybe
I know so much about you, and I don't feel you know even half about me.
That's because he's made the whole experience so far all about him and his feelings and him and his past and him. He was moaning about her asking him too many questions on the wedding day, and then he proceeds to then tell her bare stuff that was unwarranted and doesn't even ask her about her.
This is how you feel about me.
To decipher this early on how I truly feel. My concern is that I'll never fully let down my guard or relax. This has been quite destabilising.
When she said destabilizing, I was like, whoa. This is game over. How do you recover from this is destabilizing? That's a madness. I've never heard that word in this context. Mad.
Okay.
I think I'm done here, guys.
Well, nonetheless, that was last night's freaking episode. So let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, subscribe. My apologies. I forgot about one more couple. Let's get into it.
Cheated on.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's probably why I hold back a lot.
Must be fucking horrible.
It was the worst. I was in therapy for like.
Oh, I haven't cheated, nah. Can I put up with fat girl?
Yeah.
Can't make me feel why should I do that to a girl?
I think that's the same with me. It's so hard to believe that a man has never cheated, but then I look at my dad, and my dad has literally been so loyal to my mum, but I know that's rare.
I'll keep it simple. Never, ever waste your time asking the question of if somebody has cheated before. It is a pointless question. Most people are not going to admit that they have cheated before. I mean, they'll admit when they've been cheated on, but admitting that they've cheated before, yeah. That's not something most people are going to admit, you know what I mean? But hey, I get it. She was doing it, but she needed her own version of clarity. So it is what it is. Clearly, words of affirmation is something that is key for her. But nonetheless, though, I'll see you guys for the next episode. Peace.